You can be with your twin flame. It doesn't matter who you are. If they are in another relationship, it doesn't matter what you see on the external world. In this video, I'm going to explain how anyone can achieve this result, and the only spiritual tool that you need to heal separation with your twin flame regardless of the external situation. I'm a twin flame coach, and I moved through a third-party situation with my false twin flame that was married with kids. I managed to heal that within myself, create my life purpose, meet my true twin flame, and come into union, everything within 1 year. And my purpose is to help everyone who wants to be with a twin flame to get into union, because it is possible for everyone. It doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside. If I had stopped on the illusion that my twin flame was married with somebody else, I wouldn't be here today. I would have believed the illusion that he was with somebody else and just not do the inner healing work. So the first thing that I've learned very fast on my journey was that it simply requires healing the separation within yourself, because the outside reality is simply a mirror of what happens within yourself. And because everything around us is actually a mirror, what is the best mirror ever that the universe will give you so that you can heal yourself perfectly? It's your twin flame, because your twin flame is the other half of your soul that will always mirror you in every single moment of your life. And so if they are with somebody else, if they are not in your reality, if you don't know who they are, it is simply a mirror of what is happening within yourself. Which is why the only spiritual tool that you need to heal separation with your twin flame, it's called the mirror exercise. And don't worry, it's not something like looking at yourself in the mirror and do affirmations. It's not that. It's called mirror exercise because it starts from looking at the outside reality, what it's showing you, and reverse engineering from within yourself and finding within yourself that thing that is represented as an external situation, an external upset, an external thing in your external reality. But it starts from within. And so the trick is not to believe that the external world is real. Meaning, yeah, of course it's real because we live in it, but what I mean is that is a mirror. It means that if you don't change within yourself what created that, the external reality will not change. Because the external reality is a projection of you. You are the projector, the creator of what you see outside of you. So with the mirror exercise, you will be able to go to the core thing that has created that thing. So for example, for me, it was a third-party situation. It was a big mountain, a big, huge thing that was a summary of so many things. So the mirror exercise, it's a 4-step exercise, and you'll find the slides and the explanation in the description below that you can download for free. This is the only tool that you actually need. So we have 4 steps. Step number 1 is when you observe an external situation. It's when you point the finger to something that is happening to you, to external person, right? To the mirror outside, to the external reality. So let's do 2 examples. One with the third-party situation, with your twin flame being with somebody else, and another situation, not the third party. With the third-party situation, step 1 is I'm upset at my twin flame because he's choosing to be with somebody else, okay? He's not choosing to be with me. That's step number 1. And so you feel the feeling of your twin flame basically not choosing yourself. Then we go to step number 2. The step number 2 is when you change all the nouns to pronouns, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, you point everything to yourself, because now we need to find that same part, that same pain, that same trigger within yourself, from the inner part that created that in your outside world. And it's done by simply saying, I'm upset at myself for not choosing to be with myself. And then you stop and you see if you feel something. And that's the 3rd step. The 3rd step wants to identify that pain within you that is being projected as an outside trigger. And so the 3rd step is asking yourself, is there any truth to that? The answer is always yes, because if you have an external experience about something, there is something within you that has created that. And so your job here in this step is to find that part within you that created that. And so you want to find that pain, that part that is believing that thing that is not true. And so you tune in and you say, okay, where am I not choosing myself? And you will immediately feel something. And you tune in with that part. And once you find it, perfect. You move to step 4, which is where the healing actually happens. It's the most important part, because if you don't get here, you're not healing anything. You're simply staying in the pain and relieving the emotion and then the feelings. So you need to heal that. That is a part of you that is currently suffering. And until we heal it, it will continue to suffer in the background, and it will continue to recreate those realities over and over, maybe in every relationship. For example, for me, the third party that was manifested with my false twin flame, I moved through that feeling my whole life. Like I always felt like I was not chosen, even though I was with somebody. I always felt like they were looking at another girls, or they just, maybe would have preferred to be with somebody else. That was an inner wound that I had, and that was manifested with that huge third party. I had to heal through that, because otherwise it would have continued to happen, right? Until we heal ourselves, we continue to recreate those situations. And so the fourth step is the most important step, because you want to heal that at the core. Once that you find with the third step, the part that is hurting, the part that doesn't feel chosen, you say to that part, what do you need to feel loved? And that part will always tell you. You simply need to listen to yourself, to what comes up. And when it's about not being chosen, it will say, please choose me. Like, choose me, love me. And so in the moment you will tune in with that part, and you love it as if it was somebody else, like a child. And so you give it all the love that it needs. And so you will say, maybe, I choose you, I love you unconditionally, and you give it all the love, and you will feel instant relief in that place. And that's how you know that the healing is done. So you continue until you feel that that part is at peace, it feels loved, it doesn't feel hurt anymore. And that's when you can bring that part within your heart. You integrate it back into your heart, and you can do it either by visualizing it, or simply, for example, what I do, I take a breath, and by breathing it, I incorporate it within myself again. So you have brought that fragment, that part of you within yourself. So you are not hurting anymore in that place. And this is the healing. The mirror exercise is complete. And consider that we need to do this on every aspect, on every upset, every feeling, every emotion that comes up, every time we are triggered, every time we feel pain somewhere. And in the case of the third party situation, there are so many things we need to move through. So now let's do the mirror exercise for a very common upset about twin flames that doesn't depend on the third party situation. It's for everyone. It's when you have communication problems with your twin flame. And so, for example, you are not communicating, or your communication is not really efficient. They block you, they don't text you back, like there is all this upset about communication. And so step one is, I'm upset at my twin flame for not communicating with myself. Okay. Step two is, I'm upset at myself for not communicating with myself. Is there any truth to that? Step 3. And then you want to find that feeling that was brought up, and you want to feel that. And when you find it, you continue to step 4. What does this part of me needs to feel peace and feel love? Probably it will say, I need you to listen to me. I need you to talk to me. I need you to connect to me. And that's what you do. You just close your eyes and you tune in with that emotion, and you give it everything that it needs to feel exactly what it needs. And once that you're done, you bring it back into your heart, and that's it. The healing is done. And you can do it with anything. So the mirror exercise is very useful to bring what upsets us from our external world into ourselves. But sometimes we will feel upset immediately without the need of doing the mirror exercise. You will just feel maybe something like, I'm really hurt, I miss my twin flame, We will feel like a lot of pain. In that moment, in that case, you are already in contact with your emotions, so you can directly connect to that emotion and say, what do you need to feel peace? And sometimes it's simply love, and so you love it in the same way, and then you melt it into your heart. So the mirror exercise is what helps you basically point the finger from outside to yourself. But when we are already connected to the emotion and we already are feeling like that, you can simply love that part of you in exactly the same way without step 1, 2, and 3. You're already in step 4. And this is literally how you heal separation with your twin flame, regardless of the external reality, because you heal yourself, and the external reality cannot do anything but match your new updated version of yourself. The more you heal yourself, the more the external reality will transform to reflect the healing back to you. And your twin flame, being one with you, they will heal in the same moment as you do your healing. They will reflect back to you all your healing. Whatever is happening in your reality, whatever is happening in your union, it will be reflected in the relationship with your twin flame. It's automatic. It's just the way twin flames work. So I hope that this video made you understand that anyone can move through this, and anyone can heal separation with the twin flame. Anyone can be in union with the twin flame. I hope that this gave you some peace and some clarity. And if you need support on your twin flame journey, you find all my links below in the description. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.